Hello everybody, it's Ruin My Heather, and I do just want to start off by saying a really big sorry to everybody for not doing a video sooner. It's been about 7 weeks since I last did my video, and that was my week 8 update. I was in Rome when I did that, and since then I have been for about a 10-day holiday to Spain, and I've also been quite unwell if you've seen my Instagram, but I'm going to talk all about that in this video. But if you're here just sort of for just to see how I'm getting on with my measurements, I will try my very best, because where I've been away and everything's been a bit hectic, I haven't been keeping like a weekly log, but I do have this weighing app on my phone that I update a lot. So I'm going to try and work out my weekly losses down below as best as I can, but there may be some blanks. But the last time I came at you, I'll start off with a little bit about me. Sorry, I'm all over the place. So I had my gastric bypass surgery on the 2nd of March 2017 at Chelsea and Westminster Hospital with Mr Bonanomi. My highest weight was 21 stone 10, so it's about 304 pounds, and my weight the last time I came at you, which was 2 months after surgery, was 17 stone 12. So I'm really pleased to say that as of Thursday, which was a couple of days ago, I'm 16 stone 7. So since I last saw you, I've lost about 19 pounds in 7 weeks. I mean, I still find that absolutely madness, and I'm really pleased with the results of the surgery so far. I mean, I'm noticing it a lot more on myself now. I mean, even like this necklace. I mean, I used to wear this necklace, it used to be like really high, but now it's actually like a proper necklace now. And like clothes are getting really big. I've just had to order a new swimsuit because it's just way too big for me. I mean, even this, like, you can see my clothes are just so big, and yes, like the bra it's so big for me now. I need to get some new clothes, I think. So I'm just gonna have a bit of a chat about everything that's been going on, and I'm also, before I upload this video, I'm gonna do my measurements. So I'm gonna try and remember to put something. I'm just bringing this, by the way, something in the end, so I can sort of let you know sort of how many inches that I've lost. Okay, so what's been happening? I'll talk about the positives first, and then I'll sort of go into not only the negatives, but obviously I've been unwell, so I want to talk a little bit about that as well. So some positives that I've been having is I haven't actually been unwell for that's so silly what I'm saying. I haven't been sick with food for a long time. I'm finding that I'm tolerating food a hell of a lot better than what I was tolerating it. I am still able to eat things that I like, you know. I have had a cheeky little McDonald's. I've had the chicken selects. I'm not saying that's the best option, but you know, when you're busy and life happens, yeah, I've had a McDonald's. When I went to my all-inclusive holiday, I always found something that I liked. I did find that I think when you sort of do your month sort of loss on this calendar, I do think that June is going to be a lot less than what it has been in the past, because I was on holiday for 10 days of it. And like all inclusive things, you know, you've got your pastas, your rice, your chips, and so I ate a hell of a lot of carbs while I was there, so I didn't lose a huge amount of weight. But I still enjoyed my holiday, you know. I could still have a nice lolly and be okay with it. I could still eat the buffet, just not as much. So I was really pleased with that, because for some reason when you're looking into having the surgery, you seem to think that you're never going to be able to have these things again, particularly when you're straight out. Excuse me, I remember being downstairs and my partner was eating a shepherd's pie, and I sort of just stuck my finger in the mash and just sort of ate a little bit of the mash, and then I just burst out crying because I felt like I was failing and I wasn't meant to be eating mash yet, and am I ever going to be able to eat again, and I'm going to miss this, and I can eat mash now, you know. I can eat pretty much anything. I haven't had chocolate yet. I haven't really had any. Well, I have had a few little sweets. Like when you go to Spain, they have them little squishy sweets, and you know, I've had some of them, and I'm fine with it. Obviously, this is not going to be the same for everybody. Things have made me dump. Like today, it was so hot out today. We went to a snooker club sort of thing to play some pool, and I ordered a raspberry J2O, something and raspberry, and I only had like a couple of zips, and straight away I could tell that was going to make me unwell, and I was unwell. I was still able to manage it, but I knew had I drank more, I would have full blown gone into a dumping episode. So things do make me dump, probably just the things that are a little bit higher in sugar than what other people are. But I'm really, really pleased with that. I didn't want to be one of these people who really can't eat anything, and they are out there. You know, you do get people where they say, you know, I will not eat anything with more than 5 grams of sugar, and has this barbecue sauce got too much sugar? I'll have a bit of ketchup, I'll have a bit of barbecue sauce with my food, you know, and I'm fine with it. So that's sort of how I'm going. So that was a positive. Again, the airplane was amazing. I could fit in the seat a lot better. I could do my seatbelt up. Really, really happy about that. So that was really, really positive. I mean, I'm finding I'm not getting as many comments anymore from friends and family about my weight. So I'm thinking, am I still losing weight? Is it not as noticeable? Obviously they're not always going to comment. Obviously initially, straight after the operation, I dropped a huge amount. You know, overall, I should have probably said this at the start, I've lost like 5 stone 3 pounds now in a little over 3.5 months. You know, 5 stone 3, and a lot of that obviously I lost straight away. So I'm not sure. I'm starting to really, really pick at everything I'm doing the last few days, but you know, I've just got to trust the process, and I'm worried about putting it all back on. Is this as far as I'm going to go? I'll be happy when I hit the 6 stone mark. Sorry, my cat's here. I'll be happy when I hit that. Look at that. That is terrible. Look at that. But no, I'll be happy when I hit the 6 stone mark, because then I'll sort of feel like I'm moving a little bit more. So I'm just playing with my skin. Talking about skin, that is the only place I've noticed. My tummy is still quite full. I mean, I'm losing very slowly off my stomach, guys, and I'm panicking about that because it's my biggest area. I'm really noticing it on the bottom of my legs and my thighs. Obviously my arms are getting affected. You know, it's still just so full of fat still, but that's going to be probably one of my worst areas. My boobs, they're going down, but I haven't really got any sort of loose skin on them yet. They're still quite full, but my tummy is still very, very big. It is what it is. What other positives do I have? Obviously just genuinely I'm feeling a lot more energetic. I'm able to walk more. I'm able to do a lot more things than what I wasn't able to do before. I've just started back doing my aqua aerobics. I've had to order a new swimsuit because my swimsuit was way too big for me. It was the original swimsuit I've had when I was, you know, 5 stone heavier, and I was trying to do the aerobics and I was having to sort of bounce around like this because yeah, they was going to come out and hit me in the face. So I want to start getting back into that, to Today I was wanting to go for a walk, but it's over 30 degrees here in England and it's just too hot, so I didn't do that. So that's not the positive. So I want to go on to things like, what am I eating on a good day, which I'm very often, but I'll go over what I'm eating. You know, I'm 3.5 months out of surgery. I'm finding that I'm eating, this morning I started off with a skier yogurt. They're really, really good. Don't think I've got it here, but it's just a little pot. It's got about 14 grams of protein in it. They're not the nicest tasting yogurts. I mean, they're not as nice as like your Muller Corners, obviously, but it's a really good start to the morning. Other things I've been having in the mornings is the Belvita breakfast biscuits. They're really good at work because I could just keep them in my drawer, and they've got like a yogurt and jam filling, quite high in carbs, so if you're watching your carbs, they're a little bit high, but I really like them, and it's better than not eating breakfast at all, which I normally do when I'm not really thinking about it. Then I will have for lunch, I've been having some fridge raiders, which I'm really, really liking at the minute. They're just these little bags. Hang on, I'll grab these little bags. Sorry, that's my cat's whiskers. Yep, he's just going to sit there because he thinks these are for him. They're not for you, Ted Bear. No. I'm really sorry, guys. He is just the biggest ginger Persian. So fluffy. So fluffy. Look at his face. They're not for you. No. Oh, he really wants them. These are them. Fridge raiders. You can get them in like a barbecue sort of seasoning and southern fried. I've tried both really, really nice. Come on, take that out of the way. Per pack they've got 10 grams of protein in them, and they go down really easily. Most chicken things that I eat, I struggled to get it down a little bit, but and I got these from Tesco's and they're in the meal deal, so win-win. So that's the sort of thing I eat at lunch. They're away now, Ted Bear. And I would have them maybe with a little bit of pasta or a bit of potato salad, something like that. Or I'll just have them as a snack as well. Other things I was having for lunch was scrambled eggs and beans as well. I had that a couple of times. And sometimes I will have a meal deal. I'll have a sandwich. I'll have a chicken and bacon sandwich. So that's the sort of thing I have for lunch. For dinner, I will have, what have I had? Like a spaghetti bolognese. I will have fish fingers. I'll do like some fish fingers. Again, just, you know, just normal food. Turkey scallops. You know, you really don't have to. I mean, it's up to everybody, but for me, I just don't feel like I really have to go extreme with it. i.e. I'm not going to let myself have spaghetti. I'm going to spiralise some zucchini, which is fine for people who like that, but I wouldn't like that. So I don't. I have spaghetti. Other things I had yesterday, actually, I had a really, really nice dinner. It was from Tesco's, because they've got like the barbecue range at the moment. I got some piri-piri chicken drumsticks and some lamb and mint kebabs. The piri-piri was a bit spicy for me, but I sort of just stripped the meat off the bone and ate that with some pasta, just sort of like the cold pasta that you get in the pots. And the lamb and mint kebabs were gorgeous. They was quite high in protein as well, and they went down really easily. I don't know if other people struggle with meat, but I think that's probably why I tend to prefer eating carbs. Not just because I like carbs, because I like, you know, like chicken and things, but I find when I eat it, it sits very heavy in my tummy. So I find carbs do go down easier. What other things do I have for dinner? What do I have for dinner, Ted Bear? I think that's pretty much it. It's a mess. It's so hot today. It's all knotty now. So that's the sort of thing I have for dinner. Things like snacks, Baby Bells, cheese strings. I must admit, today this is the first not today. A couple of days ago was the first time I got these, so I think I'm going to incorporate these into my diet a lot more. Just as snacks. They're a bit dear. They're like £1.14. It's quite small, but it is chicken. So that's sort of food wise what I'm eating. Drinks wise, I've just got this actually. This tastes really nice actually. Oasis apple cherry sour, 1.5 grams of sugar in that, and it's really sweet. If you're looking for a sweet drink, it hits the spot. And my old trusty favourite, Ribena Light. This stuff, guys, in the summer, go into a Tesco's Express or whatever, get these while they're cold, and they're very, very nice. Very nice. So that's the sort of things I've been drinking. I've also been trying to drink a lot more milk. So I'll try and sort of have, in the mornings I'll have like a pint of milk, and I'll work my way through. Milk goes down really easily for me, so I can drink milk quite quickly. And it also gets my protein in as well. It helps with protein. I don't add protein powder to it. I can't handle the protein powder. So I would just drink a pint of milk. So that's sort of things that I've been doing food wise. So I want to talk about some of the negative things that have been going on. I'll start off with the most recent thing, which was I'm starting to find that I am sort of blacking out a little bit when I'm standing up. I didn't know why. It's like that feeling when you're in a really hot bath and you stand up and sort of your vision almost goes. That's the sort of thing I've been having. So I went to the doctor's on Thursday, and I saw the doctor. She did my blood pressure while I was sitting down, when I was standing up, and it was dropping. And I did say to her that I haven't actually been taking my vitamins. I know I'm meant to, but with everything that's been going on, it's so hard to remember to take them. And so she thinks I'm anemic, because obviously I'm a girl. I have something every month that makes it more likely for me to get anemic, which I never used to get before. So that's brilliant news. So she sent me for a blood test, which will check my kidney function, my vitamin levels, and all of that, just a full screen. And then at the same time, I noticed that at 3 months out, I'm meant to have my B12 injection. So I booked that in as well, and they did that for me then. And may I just say that that stings. Like, how comes nobody told me how much that stings? Okay, I sat there and I was not expecting it. I was all happy, chattering away. She just stabbed it in my arm, and it really hurt, and it hurt for quite a while after. So I'm not looking forward to going back every 3 months, because my surgeon says I have to have that every 3 months. But anyway, I also picked up all of my vitamins. So because they're all sort of different to when I last showed you, I'm going to show you what vitamins I've got. I will show you this really, really cute thing that I got on Amazon, which I'm hoping is going to help me. Okay, so you've got, I think it's like £6 or something. You've got all of the days here. As you can see, I've set it all up, and I'm going to start afresh on Monday or Sunday. I haven't started them today, and I did these all on Friday night, and it's Saturday today. Anyway, so you've got all these, and you've got these little compartments. You can see that big ass one there is Forcival. I'll see if I can get that down. You've got an omeprazole here, which is an anti-acid. You've got your iron one here, and then these, Teddy's trying to chew that. Then you've got these two big ones here, which is your Adcal D3. It's actually vitamin D3 and calcium, which are the big ones. If you remember, if you watched my last, not my last video, a couple of videos before, when I showed you all my vitamins, these were lemon flavoured. Well, my doctor prescribed me Tutti Frutti. So if you've got lemon, you have got to ask to try Tutti Frutti, because they are 100 times better than lemon. So I actually think I'm going to take them now. So that's what we've got. I do also have in there, I think I put it in on Wednesday, an extra D3 tablet, which is that little, you ain't going to be able to see that. Do you see that? That little sort of yellowy one. I take that once a week just to top up, I suppose. So they're the vitamins. So I've got all of these. So I'm hoping that's going to help with sort of the going dizzy. And then the other negative, which isn't going to be a nice subject to talk about, but it's something that's after surgery. You know, it's I want to try and be honest for you guys, and also for me to look back and remember what I'm going through to get to where I want to be. So, as probably most of you know who has been looking into having surgery, a very, very common side effect is constipation. And as much as you can try and eat foods that will ease that and take tablets, it still happened for me. And it happened quite early out, and I was sort of managing it with things like Delclax was probably one of the better ones I was taking, but it was still an issue. And I think it was about a month ago now, probably a little bit more than that, I really, really hurt myself down there, and it was pretty unbearable, to be honest. I put up with it. You know, I would scream into the pillow of an evening after I used to go to the loo where it hurt so much, and I was in tears. I was sleeping in the bath. I was in quite a bad way. It then, if I didn't think it could get worse, it then got worse after another episode, and I had to go to the doctor. He's chewing my pen now, which is something I never thought I'd ever have to do for that. It turns out that not only did I have a tear, I also had, I can't remember, a thrombose hemorrhoids, which are like lumps. And I got given some cream, sent away, and said that if it doesn't get better, then I have to go to the hospital. So it got to one night and I was in so much pain. I was crying on the floor. I mean, these things are also described as being worse than childbirth. So, you know, you can imagine. I'm going to just give him a cuddle. So you can imagine how much pain I was in. So I went to the hospital. My partner took me up there. I was in such a state in the hospital. I had to sit outside because I just couldn't cry in the waiting room. And I mean, I was crying. And when they looked, I was crying completely. I was sobbing. And they looked, and she was a very nice lady, and she really wanted to help me. And she basically cut it with a scalpel to try and drain it. And I was in such a state, she had to give me gas and air because I was hysterical with the amount of pain that I was in. It didn't do it completely, so I was then transferred to another hospital, which wasn't too far away from me, to see a surgeon. And may I just say that gas and air stuff is amazing. I would have that any day. But yeah, it was awful. It was an awful experience. But the surgeon didn't really do much. He basically just gave me some painkillers, some creams, and sent me on my way. It was only because I said I needed something stronger that I got my oxynorms, which is really strong, but it was the only thing that I found helped. So I managed to get them out of him. And since then, touch wood, I had it while I was on holiday. He's saying hello. He's saying hello. I had it while I was on holiday. So I was up at 5, 6 in the morning on a couple of days, but I did try not to let it ruin it. But we're at the moment we're a lot better. So that's what happened with that. So if you're early out, or if you're going in for surgery, or even now, like if you've not had it, there's a chance you will. So just try and manage it more better than what I did. You know, there was no excuse. I had tablets, I had lactose, it's just I couldn't bear the taste of them. But that, what I experienced, was the worst pain I've ever had in my life. I would much rather go through the operation 10 times over than have what I had. So don't experience that if you can help it. Keep on top of your meds, keep on top of your vitamins. You know, just don't do it to yourself, because it's just not worth it. It's not worth it whatsoever. So that's sort of the more negative effects of what I've had with the surgery. But now that I've overcome that, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. What I will do is, at the end of this video, I'm going to put a couple of sort of full body shots of me. If you don't already follow me on Instagram, then head over there. I'm at Heather. I update my weight on there pretty much every day, because I weigh myself every day. So you'll sort of see the numbers coming down. But yeah, 5 stone 3 down. I will also try and put my measurements, how many inches I've lost so far. Clothes size, I bought a size 18 today in Asda's, which is known to be pretty small, so I was really excited about that. So yeah, that's pretty much all that's been happening with me. If there's anything at all that you want to know, then comment below. Anything you want to know, comment below. I'm happy to answer any questions. Hello to all my new subscribers, and thank you for still watching if you're sticking with me this long. Again, anything, ask away. Nothing can be like too weird or too random or too simple. So yeah, I just want to thank everybody for being patient, and I'm really sorry. I'm going to try and do these a little bit more often. If it's not every week, even if it's every month or every 2 weeks, I'm going to try and get back into it, because this really helps me talking about what's been happening. It does help. So I just really want to mention, while we're talking about negatives, something that happened to me recently. I thought I would treat myself recently to a packet of crisps, because I can still eat crisps, you know, and I found somebody give me a really dirty look. This person knows I had surgery, and I just found they gave me a really dirty look when I ate them crisps, and it made me feel really, really rubbish. And I just want to say to people that it's okay to have a treat. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've lost 5 stone 3 pound in 3.5 months. You know, I'm doing aqua aerobics. I'm going to start doing boxercise. I'm eating foods that I never ate before. I'm allowed a packet of crisps, and I just felt really upset, and it really got to me, and I don't want anyone to feel like that. I want you to realise and understand that it's okay, because it is okay, and that is not a healthy way of thinking, that you're never allowed treats, because it's not fair. You are allowed treats. Just because you've had this operation, and for me I had it on the NHS, it does not mean that you owe anybody anything, and that's how I felt, and I don't want to ever feel like that, and I don't want any of you to feel like that. So don't feel ashamed of eating things that, yeah, probably aren't the best choices, but hey, you're human, and I bet they do it as well. I just want to leave on that note, and I just want to thank everybody for their support. And you know, when I was unwell, I had such lovely comments from the bottom of my heart. I really, really thank you all, and let me know how you're all getting on. I need to catch up with everybody, so everybody, I do wish you well. If your surgery's coming up, good luck, and I'm sure if you've had it, you're doing fantastic. Keep on. This is all going to pay off for us, I just know it. So take care everyone, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.